A piece of him?
Welcome, Horatio. Welcome. Good Marcellus.
It's this thing appeared again tonight.
Sit down a while and let us once again assail your ears that are so fortified against our story what we two knights have seen.
Last night of all, when Marcellus and myself, the bell then beating one.
He's waking up. Look where it comes again. In the same figure like the king that's dead.
What a scholar. Speak to it, Horatio.
What art thou that has usurped this time of night together with that fair and warlike form in which the majesty of fairy Denmark did sometimes march? Speak! By heaven, I charge thee, speak!
'Tis gone and will not answer.
This bodes some strange eruption to our state. A mote it is to trouble the mind's eye. In the most high and balmy state of Rome, a little ere the mightiest Julius fell, the grave stood tenantless. and the sheeted dead did squeak and gibber in the Roman streets as stars with trains of fire, dews of bloody disasters in the sun, and the moist star upon whose influence Neptune stands was sick, almost to doomsday with eclipse. And even like precursor of feared events as harbingers preceding still the fates have heaven and earth together demonstrated unto our climatures and countrymen. Break we our watch off, and by my advice, let us advise what we have seen unto young Hamlet, for upon my life, this spirit, dumb to us, will speak to him.
I this morning know where we shall find him most convenient.
Yet of Hamlet, our dear brother's death, and memory be green, and that it us befitted to bear our hearts in grief, and our whole kingdom to be contracted with one brow of woe. Yet so far hath discretion fought with nature, that we, with wisest sorrow, think of him, together with remembrance of ourselves. Therefore, our sometime sister, now our queen, the imperial jointress to this warlike state, have we as 'twere with a defeated joy, with an auspicious and a dropping eye, with mirth in funeral, with dirge in marriage, an equal scale weighing delight and dole, taken to wife. Nor have we herein barred your better wisdoms which have freely gone with this affair along. To all our thanks. And now, Laertes, you told us of some suit. What wouldst thou beg, Laertes? It shall not be my offer, not thy asking. The head is not more native to the heart, the hand more instrumental to the mouth, than is the throne of Denmark to thy father. What wouldst thou have, Laertes?
My dread lord, your leave and favor to return to France, from whence though willingly I came to Denmark to show my duty in your coronation. Yet now I must confess, that duty done, my thoughts and wishes bend again toward France, and bow them to your gracious leave and pardon.
Have you your father's leave? What says Polonius?
He hath, my lord, wrung from me my slow leave by laborsome petition, and at last, upon his will, I sealed my hard consent. I do beseech you, give him leave to go.
Take thy fair hour, Laertes, time be thine, and thy best graces, spend them at thy will. And now, my cousin Hamlet, and my son.
A little more than kin and less than kind.
How is it the clouds still hang on you?
Not so, my lord. I am too much in the sun.
Good Hamlet, cast thy nighted color off, and let thine eye look like a friend on Denmark. Do not forever with thy veiled lids seek for thy noble father in the dust. Thou know'st 'tis common. All that lives must die, passing through nature to eternity.
Aye, madam, it is common.
If it be, why seems it so particular with thee?
Seems, madam. Nay, it is, I know not, seems. 'Tis not alone my inky cloak, good mother, nor customary suits of solemn black, together with all forms, moods, shapes of grief that can denote me truly, these indeed seem. For they are actions that a man might play. But I have that within which passeth show these but the trappings and the suits of woe.
'Tis sweet and commendable in your nature, Hamlet, to give these morning duties to your father. But you must know, your father lost a father. That father lost his. and the survivor bound in filial obligation for some term to do obsequious sorrow. But to persever in obstinate condolement, 'tis a course of impious stubbornness. 'Tis unmanly grief. It shows a will most incorrect to heaven. We pray you, throw to earth this unprevailing woe, and think of us as of a father. For let the world take note, you are the most immediate to our throne. And with no less nobility of love than that which dearest father bears his son, do I impart to you. For your desire in going back to school at Wittenberg, we hold it most unmeet and inconvenient, being the joy and half the soul of your mother. We pray you, stay here and think of us as a father, here in our comfort and our care and our eye.
Let not thy mother lose her prayers, Hamlet. I pray you stay with us. Go not to Wittenberg.
I shall in all my best obey you, madam.
Why, 'tis a loving and a fair reply. Be as ourself in Denmark. Madam, come. This gentle and unforced accord of Hamlet sits smiling to my heart, in grace whereof no jock in health that Denmark drinks today, but the great cannon to the clouds shall tell, bespeaking earthly thunder. Come, away.
That this too solid flesh would melt, thaw, and resolve itself into a Jew. Or that the everlasting God hath fixed his cannon against self-slaughter. Oh, God! God! How weary, stale, flat, and unprofitable seem to me all the uses of this world. Fie on't! Fie! 'Tis an unweeded garden that grows to see things rank and gross in nature possess it merely. That it should come to this, but 2 months dead. Nay, not so much, not 2. So excellent a king that was to this Hyperion to a satyr. So loving to my mother that he might not beteem the winds of heaven visit her face too roughly. Heaven and earth, must I remember why she would hang on him, as if increase of appetite had grown by what it fed on. And yet, within a month, let me not think on frailty, thy name is woman. A little month, or ere those shoes were all withered, she followed my poor father's body like Niobe, all tears. Why, she, even she, oh God, a beast that once discourse of reason would have mourned longer, married with my uncle, my father's brother, but no more like my father than I to Hercules. Within a month, ere yet the salt of most unrighteous tears had let the flushing of her galled eyes, she married. Oh, most wicked speed to post with such dexterity to incestuous sheets. It is not, nor it cannot come to good. But break my heart, for I must hold my tongue.
Hail to your lordship!
I am glad to see you. Horatio! Oh, I do forget myself.
Oh, the same, my lord, and your poor servant, ever.
Sir, my good friend, I'll change that name with you. I am glad to see you well. Good e'en, sir. But what in faith make you from Wittenberg?
Oh, I truant disposition, good my lord.
I would not hear your enemy say so. I know you are no truant. But what is your fare in Elsinore? We'll teach you to drink deep ere you depart.
My lord, I came to see your father's funeral.
Prithee, do not mock me, fellow student. I think it was to see my mother's wedding.
Indeed, my lord, it followed hard upon.
Oh, thrift! Thrift, Horatio, the funeral baked meats did coldly furnish forth the marriage tables. Would I had met my dearest foe in heaven, or ever I had seen that day, Horatio. My father. Methinks I see my father.
Where, my lord?
In my mind's eye, Horatio.
I saw him once. He was a goodly king.
He was a man. Take him for all in all. I shall not look upon his like again.
My lord, I think I saw him yesternight.
Saw who?
My lord, the king, your father.
The king, my father?
Season your admiration for a while. 2 nights together have these gentlemen been thus encountered. A figure like your father appears before them. This to me in dreadful secrecy impart they did, and I with them the 3rd night kept the watch. Whereas they had delivered both in time, the apparition comes. I knew your father. These hands are not more light.
Did you not speak to it?
Oh, my lord, we did, but answer made it none. Yet once methought it lifted up its head, and it addressed itself to motion as if it would speak, but then vanished from our sight.
Hold you the watch tonight.
We do, my lord.
Armed, say you.
Armed, my lord.
From top to toe.
My lord, from head to foot.
Then saw you not his face.
Oh, yes, my lord.
What? Looked he frowningly?
A countenance more in sorrow than in anger.
Pale or red?
Yeah, very pale.
And fixed his eyes upon you.
Most constantly.
Stayed it long?
Not when I saw it.
I will watch tonight. Perchance to walk again.
I warrant it will.
If it assume my noble father's person, I will speak to it, though hell itself should gape and bid me hold my peace. I pray you all, if you have hitherto concealed this, let it be tenable in your silence still. And whatsoever else shall hap tonight, give it an understanding, but no tongue. Upon the platform twixt 11 and 12, I'll visit you.
Our duty to your honor.
Your loves, as mine to you. Farewell. My father's spirit in arms. All is not well. I doubt some foul play, or would the night were come. Till then, sit still, my soul. Foul deeds will rise, though all the earth o'erwhelm them, to men's eyes. My necessaries are embarked. Farewell. And sister, do not sleep, but let me hear from you.
Do you doubt that?
For Hamlet, and the trifling of his favor, hold it a fashion and a toy in blood. A violet in the youth of primy nature, forward, not permanent, sweet, not lasting, the perfume and suppliance of a minute, no more.
No more but so.
Think it no more? Perhaps he loves you now, but you must fear. His greatness weighed, his will is not his own. He may not, as unvalued persons do, carve for himself, for on his choice depends the health and safety of this whole state. Then weigh what loss your honor may sustain if with too credent ear you list his songs or lose your heart. Fear it, Ophelia. Fear it, my dear sister.
I shall the effect of this good lesson keep as watchman to my heart. But good, my brother, do not, as some ungracious pastors do, show me the steep and thorny way to heaven, was like a puffed and reckless libertine himself, the primrose path of dalliance treads, and recks not his own reed.
Fear me not.
Yet here, Laertes! Aboard! Aboard for shame! The wind sits in the shoulder of your sail, and you are stayed for! There, my blessing with thee. And a few precepts of memory, see thou character? Give thy thoughts no tongue, nor any unproportioned thought his act. Be thou familiar, but by no means vulgar. And those friends thou hast, their adoption tried, grapple them to your soul with hoops of steel. Beware of entrance to a quarrel, but being in it, bear it that the opposed may beware of thee. Give every man thy ear, but few thy voice. Costly thy habit as thy purse can buy, but not expressed in fancy. Rich, not gaudy, for the apparel often proclaims the man. Never a borrower nor a lender be, for loan often loses both itself and friend, and borrowing dulls the edge of husbandry. This above all, to thy own self be true. And it must follow as the night the day, then that cannot be false to any man. Farewell. My blessing season this in thee.
Most humbly do I take my leave of you, my lord.
The time invites you. Go. Your servant's dead.
Farewell, Ophelia, and remember well what I have said to you.
'Tis in my memory locked, and you yourself shall keep the key of it.
Farewell.
What is it, Ophelia, that he hath said to you?
So please you something touching the Lord Hamlet.
Oh, 'tis told me he very oft of late hath given private time to you. What is between you? Give me up the truth.
He hath, my lord, of late made many tenders of his affection to me.
And you believe these tenders, as you call them?
I do not know, my lord, what I should think.
Mary, I will teach you. Tender yourself more dearly, or you'll tender me, a fool.
My lord, he hath importuned me with love in honorable fashion, and hath given countenance to his speech with almost all the holy vows of heaven.
These blazes, daughter, you must not take for fire. These vows are brokers. I would not, from this time forth, in plain terms, have you give words or talk with the Lord Hamlet. Look to it, I charge you. Come your ways.
I shall obey.
The air bites shrewdly, it is very cold.
Nipping in an eager air.
What hour now?
I think it lacks of 12.
Nay, it is struck.
Was it? I heard it not. But then draws near the hour in which the spirit held its wont to walk. What is this, my lord?
The king doth wake tonight and takes his rouse, keeps wassail in the swaggering up spring reels, and as he drains his draughts of Rhenish down, the kettle drum and trumpet thus bray out the triumph of his pledge.
Is it a custom?
Aye, Mary, is't. But to my mind, though I am native here and to the manor born, is a custom more honored in the breach than the observance.
My lord, it comes.
Angels and ministers of grace, defend us. Be thou a spirit of health or goblin damned. Bring with the airs from heaven or blast from hell. Be thy intent wicked or charitable, thou comest in such a questionable shape that I will speak to thee. I'll call thee Hamlet, King, Royal Dane, Father. Oh, answer me. Let me not burst in ignorance, but say why thy canonized bones, hearsed in death, have burst their ceremony. Say, why is this? Wherefore? What should we do?
It beckons you to go away with it.
It will not speak. Then I will follow it.
Do not, my lord.
Why? What should be the fear? I did this in my life in a pin's fee. And as for my soul, what can it do to that, being a thing immortal as itself? It waves me forth again. I'll follow it.
What if it drive you toward the flood and draw you into madness? Think of it, my lord.
You shall not go, my lord.
Hold off your hands.
Ruled, you shall not go.
Unhand me, gentlemen. My fate cries out. By heaven, I'll make a ghost of him that lets me, I say, away. Go on. I'll follow thee.
He waxes desperate with imagination.
Something is rotten in the state of Denmark.
Oh, heaven will direct it.
Nay, let's follow him.
Where dost thou lead me? Speak, I'll go no further.
Mark me. I am thy father's spirit, doomed for a certain term to walk the night, and for the day confined to fast and fires, until the foul crimes done in my days of nature are burnt and purged away. List, oh, list, if thou didst ever thy dear father love, revenge his most foul and unnatural murder.
Murder?
Murder most foul, as in the best it is, but this most foul, strange and unnatural.
Haste me to know it, that I with wings as swift as meditation or the thoughts of love may sweep to my revenge.
I find thee apt. 'Tis given out that sleeping in my orchard a serpent stung me. So is the whole ear of Denmark by a forged process of my death rankly abused. But know, thou noble youth, the serpent that did sting thy father's life now wears his crown.
My prophetic soul, my uncle!
Aye, that incestuous, that adulterate beast, with witchcraft of his wit, with cunning art, won to his shameful lust my most seeming virtuous queen. Oh, Hamlet, what a falling off was there from me, whose love was that of dignity, that it went hand in hand, even with the vows I made to her in marriage, and to decline upon a wretch whose natural gifts were poor to those of mine. But soft, methinks I scent the morning air. Brief, let me be, sleeping in my orchard, my custom always of the afternoon. Upon my secure hour thy uncle stole, and in the porches of my ear did pour a leprous distilment, whose effect holds such an enmity with blood of man, that swift as quicksilver it courses through the natural gates and alleys of the body, and with a sudden vigor doth curd the thin and wholesome blood. So did it mine. Thus was I, of crown, of queen, of life at once dispatched, no reckoning made, but sent to my account with all my imperfections on my head.
Oh, horrible, horrible!
Most horrible. If thou hast nature in thee, bear it not. Let not the royal bed of Denmark be a couch for damned luxury and incest, but howsoever thou pursuest this act, taint not thy mind, nor let thy soul confer against thy mother. Leave her to heaven and to those thorns that in her bosom lodge to prick and sting her. Fare thee well at once.
Adieu. Adieu, Hamlet.
Remember me.
Oh, you host of heaven! Oh, earth, what else shall I couple hell? Oh, fie! Hold my heart! And you, my sinews, grow not instant old, but bear me stiffly up. Remember thee. I, thou poor ghost, while memory holds a seat in this distracted globe. Remember thee. Yea, from the table of my memory I'll wipe away all trivial fond records that youth and observation copied there, And thy commandment all alone shall live within the book and volume of my brain, unmixed with matter. Yes, by heaven! Oh, most pernicious woman! Oh, villain, villain, smiling, damned villain, that one may smile and smile and be a villain. So, uncle, there you are. Remember me. I have sworn.
Lord Hamlet?
So be it.
How is my noble lord?
Oh, wonderful.
Oh, God, my lord, tell it!
Nay, you'll reveal it.
My lord, not I.
Oh,
My lord.
there's no villain dwelling in all Denmark, but he's an errant knave.
Oh, there needs no goose come from the grave to tell us this.
Why, right. You are in the right, and so I hold it fit that we shake hands and part. Look you, all go pray.
These are but wild and whirling words, my lord.
I'm sorry they offend you heartily. Yes, faith, heartily.
There is no offense.
Yes, by St. Patrick, but there is, Horatio, and much offense too. Touching this vision here, it is an honest ghost. And so, good friends, give me one poor request.
What is it, my lord?
Never to make known what you have seen tonight.
Lord, we will not.
Nay, but swear it.
My lord, not I, in
Nor
faith.
I, my lord, in faith.
Upon my sword.
We have sworn, my lord, already.
Indeed, upon my sword, indeed.
Propose the oath.
Never to speak of what you have seen.
Day and night, but this is wondrous strange.
And therefore, as a stranger, give it welcome. There are more things in heaven and earth, Horatio, than are dreamt of in our philosophy. But come, here, as before, never, so help you mercy, how strange or odd soever I bear myself, as I shall perchance hereafter, shall think, meet, to put an antic disposition on, that you at such times seeing me, know aught of me. So grace and mercy at your most need help you. Swear! Rest. Rest, perturbed spirit. Let us go in together. And still your fingers on your lips, I pray. The time is out of joint. Oh, cursed spite that ever I was born to set it right.
Welcome, dear Rosencrantz and Guildenstern. Moreover, that we much did long to see you, the need we have to use you did provoke our hasty sending. Something have you heard of Hamlet's transformation, so call it? Since nor the exterior nor the inward man resembles what it was. What it should be more than his father's death that has put him so much from the understanding of himself I cannot dream of. I pray you both, being of so young days brought up with him, that you vouchsafe your stay here in our court some little time, and to gather so much as by occasion you might glean, which aught to us unknown afflicts him thus.
Good gentlemen, he hath much talked of you, and sure I am there are two friends not living to whom he more adheres. If it will please you to show us so much gentry and goodwill as to expend your time with us a while, for the profit and supply of our hope, your visitation shall receive such thanks as fits a king's remembrance.
Both your majesties might by this sovereign power you have of us put your dread pleasures more into command than into entreaty.
But we both obey, and here give up ourselves in the full bent to lay our service freely at your feet, to be commanded.
Thanks, Rosencrantz, and gentle Guildenstern.
Thanks, Guildenstern and gentle Rosencrantz. I beseech you instantly to my too much changed son. Bring these gentle ones for Hamletus.
Heavens make our presence and our practices pleasant.
And helpful.
To him.
Aye, amen.
My good liege, I do believe I have found the very cause of Hamlet's lunacy.
Oh, speak of that, that do I long to hear.
My liege and madam, to expostulate what majesty is, what duty is, why day is day, night is night, time is time, were nothing but to waste day, night, and time. Therefore, since brevity is the soul of wit, I will be brief. Your noble son is mad. Mad call I it. For to define true madness, what is it to be nothing else but mad? But let that go.
More matter with less art.
Madam, I swear I use no art at all. That he is mad, 'tis true. 'Tis true, 'tis pity. 'Tis pity, 'tis true. A foolish figure, but farewell it, for I shall use no art. Mad, let us grant it. And now remains that we find out the cause of this effect. Or rather say to find the cause of this defect, for this effect defective comes at cause. Perpend, I have a daughter who in her duty and obedience hath given me this.
Doubt thou the stars are fire, doubt that the sun doth move, doubt truth to be a liar, but never doubt I love.
Came this from Hamlet to her? Oh, dear Ophelia, I am ill at these numbers. I have not art to reckon my groans, but that I love thee best. Oh, most best, believe it, adieu. Thine evermore most dear lady, whilst this machine is to him, Hamlet.
How hast thou received his love?
As my good lord did command, I did repel his letters and denied his access to me. But he took me by the wrists and held me hard. That being done, he lets me go, and with his head over his shoulder turned, he seemed to find his way without his eyes. For out of doors he went without their helps, and to the last spended their light on me.
That hath made him mad. I am sorry that with better heed and judgment I had not quoted him. I feared he did but trifle, and meant to rack thee. When I had seen this hot love on the wing, I precepts gave her that she should look herself from this resort, receive no tokens, and my young mistress took the fruits of my advice. And he repulsed, a short tale to make, fell into a sadness, then into a fast, then into a weakness, then to a watch, then to a lightness, and by this declension into the madness wherein he now reigns, and we all mourn for.
Do you think 'tis this?
It may be very
Oh,
light.
take this from this if this be otherwise.
How may we try it further?
You know, sometimes he walks for hours together here in the lobby.
So he does, indeed.
There let Ophelia walk until he comes. Be you and I behind an arras and mark the encounter. And if he love her not, let me be no assistant for a state, but keep a farm and garters.
We will try it. But please, your grace, to leave us here.
I shall obey you. And for your part, Ophelia, I do hope your good beauty be the happy cause of Hamlet's wildness. And so shall I wish that your virtues bring him to his wonted ways again. To both your honors.
Madam, I wish it may.
But sadly, look where the poor wretch comes reading.
Away! I beseech you both, away! I'll board him presently. How does my good Lord Hamlet?
Well, God of mercy.
You know me, my lord?
Excellent well. You are a fishmonger.
Not I, my lord.
Then I would you were so honest a man.
Honest, my lord.
Aye, sir. To be honest, as this world goes, is to be one man picked out of 10,000.
That's very true, my lord.
For if the sun breed maggots in a dead dog, being a god kissing carrion, have you a daughter?
I have, my lord.
Let her not walk in the sun. Conception is a blessing, but not as your daughter may conceive. Friend, look to it.
How say you by this? Still harping on my daughter, yet he knew me not at first. He said I was a fishmonger. No, he is far gone, far gone. What do you read, my lord?
Words, words, words.
What is the matter, my lord?
Between who?
I mean the matter which you read, my lord.
Slanders, sir. For the satirical rogue says here that old men have gray beards, that their faces are wrinkled, their eyes purging thick amber, and that they have a plentiful lack of wit, together with most weak hams. All wit, sir, though I most powerfully and potently believe, yet I hold it not honesty to have it thus set down. For yourself, sir, should be as old as I am, if, like a crab, you could go backward.
Though this is madness, yet there is method in it. Will you walk out in the air, my lord?
Into my grave.
Indeed, that is out of the air. My honorable lord, I humbly take my leave of you.
You cannot, sir, take from me anything that I will more willingly part withal, except my life. Except my life. Except my life. To be or not to be? That is the question. Whether 'tis nobler in the mind to suffer the slings and arrows of outrageous fortune, or to take arms against a sea of troubles and by opposing, end them. To die. To sleep. No more. And by a sleep to say we end the heartache and the thousand natural shocks that flesh is heir to. 'Tis a consummation devoutly to be wished, to die, to sleep. To sleep. Perchance to dream. Aye, there's the rub. For in that sleep of death, what dreams may come when we have shuffled off this mortal coil must give us pause. There's the respect that makes calamity of so long life. For who would bear the whips and scorns of time? The oppressor's wrong, the proud man's contumely, the pangs of despised love, the law's delay, the insolence of office, and the spurns that patient merit of the unworthy takes, when he himself might his quietus make with a bare bodkin. Who would fardels bear, to grunt and sweat under a weary life, but the dread of something after death? The undiscovered country, from whose bourne no traveler returns, puzzles the will, and makes us rather bear those ills we have than fly to others we know not of. Thus, conscience does make cowards of us all. And thus the native hue of resolution is sicklied o'er with the pale cast of thought. And enterprises of great pith and moment with disregard their currents turn awry and lose the name of action. Soft you now. The fair Ophelia, nymph, in thy orisons be all my sins remembered.
Good, my lord. How does your honor for this many a day?
I humbly thank you. Well.
I have remembrances of yours that I have longed long to redeliver. I pray you now receive them.
No, not I. I never gave you aught.
My lord, you know right well you did. And with them words of so sweet breath composed, as made the things more rich. Their perfume lost, take these again. For to the noble mind rich gifts wax poor, when givers prove unkind. There, my lord.
Are you honest?
My lord?
Are you fair?
What means your lordship?
That if you be honest and fair, your honesty should admit no discourse to your beauty. I did love you once.
Indeed, my lord, you made me believe so.
You should not have believed me. I loved you not.
I was the more deceived.
Get thee to a nunnery. Why wouldst thou be a breeder of sinners? I am myself indifferent, honest. But yet I could accuse me of such things that it were better my mother had not borne me. I am very proud, revengeful, ambitious, with more offenses at my beck than I have thoughts to put them in, imagination to give them shape, or time to act them in. What should such fellows as I do, crawling between earth and heaven? We are errant knaves all. Believe none of us. Go thy ways to a nunnery. Where's your father?
At home, my lord.
Let the doors be shut upon him, that he may play the fool nowhere but in his own house. Farewell.
I pray you, help him, heavens.
Oh, if thou dost marry, I'll give thee this plague as thy dowry. Be thou as chaste as ice, as pure as snow, thou shalt not escape calumny. Get thee to a nunnery, go, farewell. Or if thou wouldst needs marry a fool. For wise men know well enough what monsters you make of them. To a nunnery go, and quickly to farewell.
Oh, heavenly powers,
I've heard your painting too well enough. God has given you one face, and you make yourselves another. You jig, you amble, and you lisp, and you nickname God's creatures, and you make your wantonness, your ignorance go too. Oh, no more of it, it hath made me mad. I say, we shall have no more marriages. Those that are married, all but one shall live. The rest shall keep as they are. To a nunnery. Go.
Oh, what a noble mind is here o'erthrown! The courtier, soldier, scholar's eye, tongue, sword, the rose and expectancy of the fair state, the glass of fashion, the molded form, the observed of all observers. Quiet down.
deject and wretched, that sucked the honey of his music vows. Now see that noble and most sovereign reason, like sweet bells jangled out of tune and harsh. The unmatched form and feature of blown youth blasted with ecstasy. Oh, woe is me, to have seen what I have seen, to see what I see.
How now, Ophelia?
Love? His affections do not that way tend. And what he spake, though it lacked form a little, was not like madness. There's something in his soul, or which his melancholy sits on brood.
Fare you well, my lord.
God save you, sir,
My honored lord!
my most dear lord.
My excellent good friends. How dost thou, Guildenstern?
Rosencrantz!
Good lads, how do ye both?
As the indifferent children of the earth.
Happy in that we are not over happy. On fortune's cap, we are not the very button.
Nor the soles of her shoe.
Neither, my lord.
Then you live about her waist, or in the middle of her favors.
Say her privates, we.
Oh, most true. She is a strumpet. But what's the news?
Well, none, my lord, but that the world's grown honest.
Oh, then is doomsday near. But your news is not true. Let me question more in particular. What have you, my good friends, deserved at the hands of fortune that she sends you to prison hither?
Prison, my lord.
Denmark's a prison.
Well, then the world is one.
A goodly one, in which there are many confines, wards, and dungeons, Denmark being one of the worst.
We think not so, my lord.
Why, then 'tis none to you. For there is nothing good or bad, but thinking makes it so. To me, it is a prison.
Why, then your ambition makes it one. 'Tis far too narrow for your mind.
Oh, God. I could be bounded in a nutshell and count myself a king of infinite space, were it not that I have bad dreams.
Which dreams indeed are ambition. For the very substance of the ambitious is merely the shadow of a dream.
A dream itself is but a shadow. But in the beaten way of friendship, what make you at Elsinore?
To visit you, my lord. No other occasion.
Oh, beggar that I am. I'm even poor in thanks. But I thank you. Were you not sent for? Is it your own inclining? Is it a free visitation? Oh, come, deal justly with me. Come, nay. Speak.
Well, what should we say, my lord?
Why, anything but to the purpose. You were sent for. And there is a kind of confession in your looks which your modesties have not craft enough to color. I know. The good king and queen have sent for you.
To what end, my lord?
Oh, that you must teach me. But let me conjure you, by the rights of our fellowship, by the obligation of our ever-preserved love, be even and direct with me whether you were sent for or no.
My lord, we were sent for.
I will tell you why. So shall my anticipation prevent your discovering your secrecy to the king and queen, molt no feather. I have of late, but wherefore I know not, lost all my mirth, forgone all custom exercises, and indeed it goes so heavily with my disposition that this goodly frame, the earth, seems to me a sterile promontory. This most excellent canopy, the air, look you, this brave o'erhanging firmament, this majestical roof, fretted with golden fire. Why, it appears no other thing to me than a foul and pestilent congregation of vapors. What a piece of work is a man! How noble in reason, how infinite in faculty, in form and moving, how express and admirable, in apprehension, how like an angel, in action, how like a god. The beauty of the world, the paragon of animals. And yet, to me, what is this quintessence of dust? Man delights not me. No, nor woman neither, though by your smiling you seem to say so.
My lord, there was no such stuff in my thoughts.
Why did you laugh then when I said man delights not me?
Think, my lord, what Lenten entertainment the players shall receive from you. We quoted them on the way here, and hither are they coming to offer you service.
He that plays the king shall be welcome.
There are the players.
Gentlemen, you are welcome to Elsinore. But my uncle, father, and aunt mother are deceived.
In what, my dear lord?
I am but mad north-northwest. When the wind is southerly, I know a hawk from a handsaw.
Well be with you, gentlemen.
I will prophesy he comes to tell me of the players. Mark it.
My lord, I have news to tell you. The actors are come hither, my lord.
Buzz, buzz!
Upon my honor.
Then came each actor on his ass.
The best actors in the world, either for tragedy, comedy, history, pastoral, pastoral comical, historical pastoral, tragical comical, historical pastoral, scene individable, or poem unlimited. Seneca cannot be too heavy or Plautus too light. These are the only men.
Welcome, masters. You are welcome all. I am glad to see you well. My old friend. We'll have a speech straight. Come, give us a taste of your quality.
What speech, my lord?
I heard thee speak a speech to me once, but it was never acted, or if it was, not above once, for the play I remember pleased not the million. 'Twas caviare to the general, but it was an excellent play. One speech in it I chiefly loved. 'Twas Aeneas' tale to Dido. If it live in your memory, come, begin.
The rugged Pyrrhus, this dread complexion smeared head to foot with blood of fathers, mothers, daughters, sons, baked and impasted with the parching streets that lend a tyrannous and damned light to their lord's murder, roasted in wrath and fire, the hellish Pyrrhus old grandsire Priam seeks. Anon, he finds him, striking too short at Greeks, his antique sword, rebellious to his arm, lies where it falls, repugnant to command. Pyrrhus, at Priam drive! No! In rage, strikes wide, but with width and wind of his fell sword, the unnerved father falls.
This is too long.
He's for a jig or a tale of Baudry, or he sleeps. Say on, come to Hecuba.
Who had seen the Mobled Queen?
The Mobled Queen?
That's good, Mobled. Run barefoot up and down, threatening the flames with bison rheum, a clout upon that head where late the diadem stood. But if the gods themselves did not see her then, when she beheld Pyrrhus, making malicious sport and mincing with his sword her husband's limbs, the instant burst of clamor that she made, lest things mortal move them not at all, would have made milch the fiery eye of heaven and passion in the gods.
'Tis very well. I'll have thee speak out the rest soon. Good my lord, will you see the players well bestowed?
Come, sirs.
Dost thou hear me, old friend? Can you play the murder of Gonzago?
We can, my lord.
We'll have tomorrow night. You could, for a need, study a speech of some 12 or 16 lines, which I would set down and insert int. Could you not?
We could, my lord.
Very well. Follow that lord. And look you, mock him not.
This is too long.
Now I am alone. What a rogue and peasant slave am I. Is it not monstrous that this player here, but in a fiction, in a dream of passion, could force his soul so to his own conceit, tears in his eyes, and all for nothing? For Hecuba. What's Hecuba to him? Or he to Hecuba that he should weep for her? What would he do? Had he the motive and the cue for passion that I have? Oh, this is most brave. That I, the son of a dear father murdered, prompted to my revenge by heaven and hell, must, like a whore, unpack my heart with words and fall a-cursing like a very drab, a scullion, fie upon foe! About my brain. I have heard that guilty creatures sitting at a play have, by the very cunning of the scene, been struck so to the soul that presently they have proclaimed their malefactions. For murder, though it have no tongue, will speak with most miraculous organ. I'll have these players play something like the murder of my father before the king. I'll observe his look. I'll tense him to the quick. If he but blench, I know my course. The spirit that I have seen may be the devil, and the devil hath power to take a pleasing shape, yea, and perhaps out of my weakness and my melancholy, as he is very potent with such spirits, abuses me to damn me. I'll have grounds more relative than this. The play's the thing, wherein I'll catch the conscience of the king.
What ho, my lord!
What ho, Horatio!
Here, my sweet lord, at your service.
There is a play tonight before the king. One scene in it comes near the circumstance which I have told thee of my father's death. I prithee, when thou seest that act afoot, observe mine uncle. If his occulted guilt do not itself unkennel in one speech, it is a damned ghost that we have seen, and my imaginations are as foul as Vulcan's stithy. Give him heedful note.
If he steal the aught the whilst this play is playing and escape detecting, I will pay the theft.
Get thee to a place I must be idle.
How fares our cousin Hamlet?
Excellent, if faith. Of the chameleon's dish, I eat the air, promise crammed. You cannot feed capons so.
I have nothing with his answer, Hamlet. These words are not mine.
No, nor mine now. My lord, you once played in the university, you say?
That did I, my lord, and was accounted a good actor.
What did you enact?
I did enact Julius Caesar. I was killed in the Capitol. Brutus killed me.
It was a brute part of him to kill, so capital a calf there. Be the players ready?
Aye, my lord, they stay upon your patience.
Come hither, my dear Hamlet, sit by me.
No, good mother. Here's metal more attractive.
You are married, my lord.
What should a man do but be merry? For look you, how cheerfully my mother looks. And my father died within these 2 hours.
Nay, 'tis twice 2 months, my lord.
Oh, heavens! Died 2 months ago and not forgotten yet? Then there's hope a great man's memory may outlive his life half a year.
For us and for our tragedy, here stooping to your clemency, we beg your hearing patiently.
Is this a prologue or the posy of a ring?
'Tis brief, my lord.
As woman's love.
Full 30 times hath Phoebus' cart gone round, Neptune salt wash, and Tellus orbit ground, since love our hearts and Hymen did our hands unite, commutual in most sacred bands.
As many journeys may the sun and moon make us again count o'er ere love be done.
Faith, I must leave thee, love, and shortly too. My operant powers their functions leave to do, and thou shalt live in this fair world behind, honored, beloved, and haply one is kind. In husband shalt...
Confound the rest! Such love must needs be treason in my breast. In second husband let me be accursed. None wed the second but who killed the first.
Wormwood, wormwood.
The instances that second marriage move are base respects of thrift, but none of love. A second time I kill my husband dead when second husband kisses me in bed.
I do believe thou think'st what now thou speak'st, but what we do determine oft we break.
Nor earth to give me food, nor heaven light. Sport and repose lock from me day and night. Hence and hereafter pursue me lasting strife, if once a widow, ever I be wife.
If she should break it now!
'Tis deeply sworn. Leave me here a while. My spirits grow dull, and fain I would beguile the tedious day with sleep.
Sleep rock thy brain, and never mischance come between us twain.
Madam, how like you this play?
The lady doth protest too much, methinks.
Oh, but she'll keep her word.
Have you heard the argument? Is there no offense in it?
No, they do but jest. Poison in jest. No offense in the world.
What do you call the play?
The Mouse Trap. This play is the image of a murder done in Vienna. Gonzago is the Duke's name. His wife Baptista, you shall see anon, 'tis a knavish piece of work. But what of that? Your Majesty and we that have free souls, it touches us not. Ah, this is one Lucianus, nephew to the king.
Thoughts black, hands apt, drugs fit and time agreeing. Confederate season else no creature seeing. Thy mixture rank of midnight weeds collected, of Hecate's band thrice blasted, thrice infected, thy natural magic and dire property, unwholesome life usurp immediately.
He poisons him in the garden for's estate. The story is extant and written choice Italian. You shall see anon how the murderer gets the love of Gonzago's wife.
The king rises!
What? Frightened with false fire?
How fares my lord?
Give order the play!
Give me some light!
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 Your Majesty!
The play!
Your Majesty!
Good, Horatio. I'll take the ghost word for £1,000. It's perceived.
Very well, my lord.
Upon the talk of poisoning.
I did note it very well.
Come, some music!
Good, my lord, vouchsafe me a word with you.
Sir, a whole history.
The king, sir.
Aye, what of him?
In
in his retirement, marvelous distemper.
With drink, sir?
No, my lord, rather with choler.
The queen, your mother, in great affliction of spirit, hath sent us to you.
You are welcome.
Nay, good my lord, this courtesy is not of the right breed. If it shall please you to give me a wholesome answer, I shall do your mother's commandment. If not, your pardon and my return shall be the end of my business.
Sir, I cannot.
What?
Make you a wholesome answer. My wit's diseased. My mother, you say?
Then thus she says. Your behavior hath struck her into amazement and admiration.
Wonderful son that can so astonish a mother.
She desires to speak with you in her closet ere you go to bed.
We shall obey. Were she 10 times our mother. Have you any further trade with us?
My lord, you did once love me.
Oh, so do I still, by these pickers and stealers.
Good my lord, what is the cause of your distemper? You do surely bar the door upon your own liberty if you deny your griefs to your friend.
Sir? I lack advancement.
How can that be when you have the voice of the king himself for your succession in Denmark?
Will you play upon this pipe?
My lord, I cannot.
I pray you.
Believe me, I cannot.
I do beseech you.
I know no touch of it, my lord.
'Tis as easy as lying. Govern these ventages with your finger and thumb, give it breath with your mouth, and it will discourse most eloquent music. Look you, these are the stops.
But these cannot I command to any utterance of harmony. I have not the skill.
Why, look you now how unworthy a thing you make of me. You would play upon me. You would seem to know my stops. You would pluck out the heart of my mystery. You would sound me from my lowest note to the very top of my compass. And there is much music, excellent voice in this little organ, yet cannot you make it speak. Splot? Do you think I am easier to be played on than a pipe? Call me what instrument you will, though you can fret me, yet you cannot play upon me.
My lord, the queen would speak with you, and presently.
I will come to my mother by and by. They fool me to the top of my bent. I will come by and by. Leave me, friends. Now the very witching time of night, when churchyards yawn and hell itself breathes out contagion to this world. Now could I drink hot blood and do such bitter business that this day would quake to look on. Soft. Now to my mother. Oh, heart. Lose not thy nature, let not ever the soul of Nero enter this firm bosom. Let me be cruel, not unnatural. I will speak daggers to her, but use none. My tongue and soul in this be hypocrites. How in my words soe'er she be shent, to give them seals never. My soul consent.
We will now take a short intermission.
nor stands it safe with us to let his madness range. I have in quick determination thus set it down. He with speed shall to England. Therefore prepare you. I your commissions will forthwith dispatch, and he to England shall along with you.
We will ourselves provide. Most holy and religious fear it is to keep the many, many bodies safe that live and feed upon your majesty.
Arm you, I pray you, to this speedy voyage, for we will fetters put upon this fear which now grows too free-footed.
We will haste us.
Oh, my offense is rank. It smells to heaven. It hath the primal eldest curse upon it, a brother's murder. Pray, can I not? Though inclination be as strong as will, my stronger guilt defeats my strong intent, and like a man to double business bound, I stand in pause where I shall first begin, and both neglect. What if this cursed hand were thicker than itself with brother's blood? Is there not rain enough in the sweet heavens to wash it white as snow? But oh, what form of prayer will serve my turn? Forgive me my foul murder? That cannot be, since I am still possessed of those effects for which I did the murder. My crown, mine own ambition, my queen. May one be pardoned and retain the offense? We try what repentance can, what can it not? But what can it when one cannot repent? Oh, wretched state. Oh, bosom black as death. Oh, lime and soul that struggling to be free art more engaged. Help, angels, make essay. Bow, stubborn knees, and heart with strings of steel be as soft as the sinews of a newborn babe. All may be well.
How might I do it, Pat? Now he is praying. And now I'll do it. And so he goes to heaven. And so am I revenged. That would be scanned. I, the sole son, do the same villain send to heaven. This is hire and salary, not revenge. He took my father grossly, full of bread, with all his crimes broad blown as flushes may. And how his audit stands, who knows save heaven, but in our circumstance and course of thought, 'tis heavy with him. And am I then revenged to take him in the purging of his soul when he is fit and seasoned for his passage? No! Up, sword! And know thou a more horrid hent. When he is drunk, asleep, or in his rage, or in the incestuous pleasure of his bed, at gaming, swearing, or about some act that has no relish of salvation in't, then trip him, that his heels may kick at heaven, and that his soul be as damned and black as hell, whereto it goes. My mother stays. This physic but prolongs thy sickly days.
words fly up, my thoughts remain below. Words without thoughts never to heaven go.
He will come straight.
Mother! Mother! Mother!
Oh, won't you fear me not? Withdraw, I hear him coming.
Or sconce me even here.
Now, Mother, what's the matter?
How is't with you?
I'll tell you. But first, we'll make all safe.
Hamlet, thou hast thy father much offended.
Mother, you have my father much offended.
Come, come, you answer with an idle tongue.
Go, go, you question with a wicked tongue.
How now, Hamlet?
Oh, what's the matter now?
Have you forgot me?
No! By the rude, not so. You are the queen, your husband's brother's wife, and would it were not so, you are my mother.
Nay then, I will set those to you that can speak.
Oh, come and sit you down, you shall not budge. You go not till I set you up a glass where you may see the inmost part of you.
What wilt thou do? Thou wilt not murder me. Help! Help! Help!
What ho? Help! Help! Oh no! Help! A rat! Dead for a ducat! Dead!
On me, what hast thou done?
Nay, I know not. This is the king.
Oh, what a rash and bloody deed is this?
A bloody deed almost as bad, good mother, as kill a king and marry with his brother.
As kill a king?
Aye, lady, 'twas my word. Thou wretched, rash, intruding fool. Farewell. I took thee for thy better. Take thy fortune thou find'st to be too busy is some danger. Leave wringing of your hands peace, and sit you down and let me wring your heart, for so I shall if it be made of penetrable stuff.
What have I done that thou darest wag thy tongue in noise so rude against me?
Such an act that blurs the grace and blush of modesty, calls virtue hypocrite, takes off the rose from the fair forehead of an innocent love, and sets a blister there, makes marriage vows as false as dicers' oaths.
I mean, what act that roars so loud and thunders in the index?
Look here, upon this picture, and on this, the counterfeit presentment of two brothers would step from this to this. Oh, shame! Where is thy blush?
Oh, Hamlet, speak no more. Thou hast turned my eyes into my very soul, and there I see such black and grained spots as will not leave their cheeks.
Nay, but to live in the rank sweat of an enseamed bed, stewed in corruption, honeying and making love o'er the nasty sty.
Speak no more, these words like daggers enter in mine ears. No more, sweet Hamlet.
A murderer and a villain, a slave that is not 20th part the tithe of your precedent lord, a vice of king.
No more!
Oh, a king of shreds and patches, save me and hover over me with your wings, you heavenly guards. What would your gracious figure?
Do not forget, this visitation is but to whet thy almost blunted purpose.
But look, amazement on thy mother sits. Oh, step between her and her fighting soul. Speak to her, Hamlet.
How is it with you, lady?
How is't with you that you do bend your eye on vacancy, and with the incorporeal air do hold discourse? Whereon do you look?
You see nothing there.
nothing at all, yet all that is I see.
Nor to do nothing here.
No, nothing but ourselves.
Why, look. There he goes, my father, in his habit as he lived. Look, there he goes, even now, out of the portal.
This, the very coinage of your brain, this bodiless creation, ecstasy is very cunning in.
It is not madness I have uttered. Put me to the test, and I the matter will wee word which madness would gamble from. Confess yourself to heaven. Repent what's past, avoid what is to come, and do not spread the compost on the weeds to make them rank.
Oh, Hamlet, thou hast cleft my heart in twain.
Oh, throw away the worser part of it and live the purer with the other half. Good night. But go not to mine uncle's bed. Assume a virtue if you have it not. Refrain tonight, and that shall lend a kind of easiness to the next abstinence, the next more easy. Once more, good night. And when you are desirous to be blessed, I'll blessing beg of you. For the same Lord, I do repent, and will answer well the death I gave him. So again, good night. I must be cruel only to be kind. Thus bad begins and worse remains behind.
What shall I do?
Not this, by no means, that I bid you do. Let not the bloat king tempt you again to bed, or make you to ravel all this matter out, that I essentially am not in madness, but mad in craft.
If words be made of breath and breath of life, I swear I shall conceal, consent, and do my best what stratagem soe'er thou shalt devise.
I must to England. You know that.
Alack, I had forgot. 'Tis so concluded on.
This letter's sealed, and my two schoolfellows whom I will trust as I will, adders fanged, they bear the mandate. Mother, good night. This man shall set me packing. Good night. Mother.
There's matter in these sighs, these profound heaves. You must translate. 'Tis fit we understand them. Where's your son?
Oh, my good Lord, what have I seen tonight?
What? Gertrude, how does Hamlet?
Mad as the sea and wind when both contend which is the mightier. In his lawless fit, behind the air is hearing something stir, whips out his dagger, cries, a rat, and kills the unseen good old man.
Oh, heavy deed! If it had been so with us had we been here. His liberty is a threat to all, to you, yourself, to us, to everyone. Alas, how shall this bloody deed be answered?
He weeps for what is done.
Oh, kill him, sir! Hamlet in madness hath Polonius slain. I pray you, seek him out. Speak him fair, and bring the body to the chapel. Make haste in this, I pray you. How dangerous is it that this man goes loose? Yet, must not we put the strong law on him? He's beloved of the distracted multitude. This sudden sending him away must seem deliberate pause. Diseases, desperate grown by desperate appliances, are relieved or not at all. Oh, come away. My soul is full of discord and dismay.
Safely stowed. Oh, here they come.
What have you done, my lord? With the dead body.
Compounded with dust whereto 'tis kin.
Tell us where it is, that we may take it thence and bear it to the chapel.
Do not believe it.
Believe what?
That I can keep your counsel and not mine own. Besides, to be demanded of by a sponge, what replication should be made by the son of a king.
Taking me for a sponge, my lord.
Aye, sir. That soaks up the king's countenance, his rewards, his authorities.
My lord, you must tell us where the body is hid and go with us to the king.
The body is with the king. The king is not with the body. The king is a thing.
A thing, my lord.
Of nothing. Bring me to him. Hide fox and all after.
Now, what has befallen?
When the dead body is bestowed, my lord, we cannot get from him.
Now, Hamlet, where is Polonius?
At supper.
At supper? Where?
Not where he eats, but where he is eaten. A certain convocation of politic worms is e'en at him. Your worm is your only emperor for diet. We fat all creatures to fat us, and we fat ourselves for maggots. Your fat king and your lean beggar are but variable service, 2 dishes, but to 1 table. That's the end.
Where is Polonius?
In heaven. Send hither to see. If your messenger find him not there, seek him in the other place yourself. But indeed, if you find him not within this month, you shall nose him as you go up the stairs to the lobby.
Go, seek him there.
He will stay till ye come.
Hamlet! This deed of thine, for thine especial safety, must send thee hence with fiery quickness. The bark is ready, the wind at help, the associates tend, and all things are bent for England.
For England.
Aye, Hamlet.
Good.
Oh, so is it, if thou knewest our purpose.
I see a cherub that sees them well. But come, for England! Oh, farewell, dear mother.
Oh, thy loving father, Hamlet.
My mother. Mother and father is man and wife is one flesh, and so my mother.
For England! Tempt him of speed aboard, delay it not. I will have him hence tonight. Our letters are unto the King of England, that on the sight of him, without demanding why, that Hamlet lose his head, for he must die. Do it, England. For like the hectic in my blood he rages, and thou must cure me. Till I know 'tis done. Howe'er my haps, my joys were ne'er begun. Hamlet is shipped to England. We hope to hear good news from thence ere long, if everything fall out to our content, as I make no doubt but it shall.
God grant it may. Heaven keep my Hamlet safe. But this mischance of old Polonius' death hath pierced young Ophelia's heart.
Oh, and on the other side, we hear her brother is returned from France, and he hath half the heart of all our land, and hardly he'll forget his father's death, unless by some means he be pacified.
Where is this king? Oh, thou vile king! Give me my father!
Calmly, good Laertes.
That drop of blood that's calm proclaims me bastard.
What is the cause, Laertes, that thy rebellion looks so giant-like?
Where is my father?
Dead.
How came he dead? I'll not be juggled with. To hell allegiance, vows to the blackest devil, conscience and grace, to the profoundest pit. I dare damnation, let come what comes. Only I'll be revenged most thoroughly for my father.
Good Laertes, that I am guiltless of your father's death, and am most sensible in grief for it.
Where is the beauteous majesty of Denmark?
And now what noise is this?
And now Ophelia. He is dead and gone, lady. He is dead and gone. At his head a grass-green turf, at his heels a stone.
you, sweet Ophelia?
God healed you. They say the owl was a baker's daughter. Lord, we know what we are, but not what we may be. God be at your table.
Concede upon her father.
Pray you, let's have no words of this. By Gis and by Saint Charity, alack and fie for shame. Young men will do it if they come to it by cock, they are to blame. Quoth she, before you tumbled me, you promised me to wed. So what I had done by yonder sun, and hadst thou not come to my bed.
Oh, he dry up my brains. Tears 7 times salt. Brush the sense and virtue from mine eyes. Oh, Rose of May, dear maid, kind sister, sweet Ophelia.
I hope all will be well, but I cannot choose but weep to think they should lay him in the cold ground. They bore him barefaced on the bier, and in his grave ring many a tear. Fare you well, my dove.
This is the poison of deep grief. Oh, Gertrude, when sorrows come, they come not in single spies, but in battalions.
There's rosemary. That's for remembrance. Pray, love, remember. There's fennel. That's for you. Columbines. There's rue for you. And here's some for me. We call it Herb Grace Sundays. You must wear your rue with a difference. There's a daisy. I'd give you violets, but they withered all when my father died. They say he made a good end. And will he not come again? And will he not come again? No, no, he is dead. Go to thy deathbed. God have mercy on thy soul, and of all Christian souls I pray. God be with thee. God.
Do you see this? Oh, God!
Be you content to lend your patience to us, and we will labor with your soul to give it due content.
Let this be so. His means of death, his obscure funeral, no noble rite nor formal ostentation, cry to be heard that I must call it in question.
And so you shall. And where the offense is, let the great axe fall. Come, go with me.
Let him bless thee too. Here's a letter for you, sir. It comes from the ambassador bound for England. If your name be Horatio, as I am led to know it is.
Yes. Horatio, when thou shalt have overlooked this, give this fellow some means to the king. He has letters for him. Ere we were 2 days old at sea, a pirate, a very warlike appointment, gave us chase. In the grapple I boarded them. On the instant they got clear of our ship, so I alone became their prisoner. They have dealt with me like thieves of mercy. I am to do a good turn for them. Let the king and the queen have the letters I have sent. I have words to speak in thine ear will make thee dumb. This good fellow will bring thee where I am. Rosencrantz and Guildenstern hold their course for England. Of them I have much to tell thee. Farewell. Come, I will make way for these your letters, and do it the speedier, that you may bring me to him from whom you brought them.
Now must your conscience my acquaintance seal, and you must put me in your heart for friend. Sith you have heard, and with a knowing ear, that he, which hath your noble father slain, pursued my life.
It well appears. But tell me why you proceeded not against these feats, so crimeful and so capital in nature.
The queen, his mother, lives almost by his looks. And for myself, she's so conjunctive to my life and soul that I could not but by her. The other motive why to a general cause I could not go is the great love the general gender bear him.
And so have I a noble father lost? A sister driven into desperate terms, but my revenge will come.
I loved your father, and we love ourselves, and that I hope will teach you to imagine. Hannah, what news?
Letters, my lord! From Hamlet.
From Hamlet? Who brought them?
A sailor, they say, my lord. I saw him not.
Ladies, you shall hear them.
High and mighty, you shall know I am set naked on your kingdom. Tomorrow shall I beg leave to see your kingly eyes, when I shall recount this occasion of my sudden and more strange return. Hamlet.
What should this mean? Are all the rest returned, or is this some abuse and no such thing?
Let him come. It warms the very sickness in my soul, that I shall live and tell him to his teeth, thus diest thou.
Will you be ruled by me?
Aye, my lord. So you will not o'errule me to a peace.
To thine own peace. I will set him up an exploit under which he shall not choose but fall.
My lord, I will be ruled, if you can devise it, so that I might be the organ.
Fall's right. You have been talked of much since your return for a quality wherein they say you shine, a masterly report, for art and exercise in your defense, and for your rapier most especially. Now out of this, what would you undertake to show yourself your father's son in deed, more than in word?
To cut his throat in the church!
Hamlet return shall know you are come home. We'll set on those that shall praise your excellence, and wager on your heads. He, being remiss, most generous, and free from all contriving, will not peruse the foils, so that with ease or with a little shuffling, you may choose a sword unbaited. In the pass of practice, requite him for your father.
I'll do it. And for the purpose I'll anoint my sword. I bought an unction of a mountebank so mortal that but dip a knife in it. Where it draws blood, no cataplasm so rare can save the thing from death that is but scratched withal.
Let's further think of this. When in your motions you are hot and dry, and make your bouts more violent to that end, that he shall call for drink, I'll have prepared him a chalice for the nonce, whereon but sipping, if he chance to escape your poison stuck, our purposes may hold there. How now, sweet queen?
One woe to tread upon another's heels. So fast they follow. Your sister is drowned, Laertes.
Drowned? Oh. Where?
A willow grows aslant a brook, shows its hoar leaves in the glassy stream. There, with fantastic garlands did she make of crow's flowers, nettles, daisies, and long purples that our cold maids do dead men's fingers call. When on a pendant bough, clamoring to hang her coronet weeds, an envious sliver broke, when down her weedy trophies and herself fell into the weeping brook. Her clothes spread wide and mermaid-like. A while they bore her up, at which time she chanted snatches of old tunes as one incapable of her own distress. Or like a creature, native and undued into that element. But long it could not be, till her garments heavy with their drink pulled the poor wretch from her melodious lay to muddy death.
Drowned?
Drowned. Drowned.
Too much of water hast thou, Ophelia, for I forbid my tears. Adieu, my lord. I have a speech of fire that fain would blaze, but that this folly drowns it.
How much I had to do to calm his rage. Now fear I this will give it start again. Come, let's follow.
son is safe arrived in Denmark.
Oh, thanks be to heaven for this blessing of the prince.
This letter I received even now, wherein he writes the letter of the clear and present danger and subtle treason that the king hath plotted. In his next conversion, with your grace, he will relate the circumstance at full.
And I perceive there's treason in his looks that seem to sugar o'er the villainy. But I will soothe and please him for a time. But Horatio, know you not where Hamlet is?
Yes, madam. He hath appointed to meet me on the east side of the city tomorrow morning.
Oh, Horatio, fail not. Commend me a mother's care to him. Bid him a while be wary of his presence, lest that he fail in what he goes about.
Madam, never make doubt of that.
What ho! Horatio!
Oh, my good lord! I am glad to see you well. Of Rosencrantz and Guildenstern you have much to tell me.
Being thus benetted round with villainies, I unsealed their grand commission, where I found Horatio in exact command in porting Denmark's health and England's too. That on the supervised, no leisure baited, no, not to say the grinding of the axe, my head should be struck off. I sat me down, devised a new commission, wrote it fair, an earnest conjuration from the king, that on the view and knowing of these contents he should the bearers put to sudden death, not shriving time allowed. I had my father's signet in my purse, folded the writ up in form of the other, gave no impression, and placed it safely, the change never known.
So Rosencrantz and Guildenstern go to it.
They did make love to this employment. They are not near my conscience.
Why, what a king is this?
In my heart, there is a kind of fighting that will not let me sleep. Does it not? Thinks thee, stand me now upon he that killed my king and whored my mother, popped in between the election and my hopes, thrown out his angle at my proper life, and with such cousinage, is it not perfect conscience to quit him with this arm? There's a divinity that shapes our ends. Rough hew them how we will.
Priest, who comes here?
When suddenly a ghostly form to her did appear. Very good in the back, thank you so much. Are you my father the king, she said. Are you my brother John? Or are you my love, sweet William? Finally come home. Home. How you finally come home is the answer. Useless.
Whose grave's this, Sirrah?
Mine, sir.
I think it be thine indeed, for thou dost lie in.
You do lie out on it, sir, and yet it is not yours. For my part, I do not lie in it, and yet it is mine.
Thou dost lie in't, to be in't, and say it is thine. 'Tis for the dead, not for the quick, therefore thou liest.
'Tis a quick lie, and will from me to you again.
What man dost thou dig it for?
Oh, no man, sir.
What woman, then?
None neither.
Who is to be buried in't?
One that was a woman, sir, but bless her soul, she's dead.
How absolute the knave is! We must speak by the card, or equivocation will undo us. How long hast thou been a grave maker?
Oh, faith, I've been sexton here some 30 years. Oh. It was that very day that young Hamlet was born. He that is mad and gone to England. He'll recover his wits there. Or if not, 'tis no great matter there.
Why?
Why, it won't be noticed in him there. There, all the men are as mad as he.
How long will a man lie in the earth ere he rot?
Well, faith, if a man be not rotten before he dies, he'll last you some 8 or 9 months. Oh, your tanner will last you 9 months.
Why he more than another?
Well, faith is so, his hide is so tanned with his trade that he keeps out your water a great while, and your water is a sore decayer of your horse and dead body. Here's a skull now. This skull hath lain in the earth some 23 years.
Whose was it?
Faith, sir, this skull was Yorick's skull, the king's jester.
Let me see. Alas, poor Yorick. I knew him, Horatio. A fellow of infinite jest, of most excellent fancy. He hath borne me on his back 1,000 times. Here hung those lips I kissed I know not how oft. Where be your jibes now? Your gambols, your songs, your flashes of merriment that were wont to set the table on a roar? Not one now to mock your own grinning. Quite chop-fallen. To what base uses we may return, Horatio. But soft aside. Here comes the king, the queen, the courtiers. Couch me a while and mark. Ceremony else?
Her death was doubtful, and but that great command overswayed the order she should, in ground unsanctified, be lodged to the last trumpet.
Must there no more be done?
No more be done. We would profane the service of the dead to sing a requiem and such. Rest to her as to peace-parted souls.
Lay her in the earth. From her unpolluted flesh may violets spring. My sister shall a ministering angel be, while thou liest howling. What? The fair Ophelia?
Sweets to the sweet. Farewell. I'd hoped thou shouldst have been my Hamlet's wife. Thought thy bride bed to have decked, sweet maid, and not strewed thy grave.
Hold the earth a while, till I have held her once more in mine arms. Now pile your dust upon the quick and the dead, till of this flat a mountain you have made. Oh, what is he whose grief bears such an emphasis? It is I, Hamlet the Dane. The devil take thy soul!
Hold him asunder!
Hamlet! Hamlet!
Cancel me!
But my lord, be quiet!
I loved Ophelia! 40,000 brothers could not with all their quantity of love make up my sum. Oh, what wouldst thou do? Would weep, would fight, would fast, would tear thyself, would drink up isel, eat a crocodile, I'll do it. Dost thou come here to whine, to outface me with leaping in her grave? I'll be buried quick with her, and so will I.
This is mere madness.
Hear you, sir. What is the reason you use me thus? I loved you ever. But it is no matter. Let Hercules himself do what he may. The cat will mew and dog will have his day.
Strengthen your patience in our last night's speech. We'll put the matter to the present push. Sweet Gertrude, set some watch about your son. His grave shall have a living monument. An hour of quiet shortly shall we see. Till then, patience our proceeding be.
Horatio, thou art e'en as just a man as ere my conversation coped withal.
Good my lord.
Nay, do not think I flatter. Dost thou hear? Since my dear soul was mistress of her choice, and could of men distinguish her election, hath sealed thee for herself. For thou hast been as one in suffering all that suffers nothing. Give me that man that is not passion's slave, and I will wear him in my heart's core. I, in my heart of heart, as I do thee.
Your lordship is right welcome back to Denmark.
I humbly thank you, sir.
Sweet lord, if your lordship were at leisure, I should impart a thing to you from his majesty.
I will receive it, sir, with most diligence of spirit. Put your bonnet to his right use, 'tis for the head.
I thank your lordship, 'tis very hot.
No, believe me, 'tis very cold. The wind is northerly.
It is indifferent cold, my lord, indeed.
And yet methinks it is very sultry and hot for my complexion.
Exceedingly, my lord, 'tis very sultry, as 'twere I cannot tell how. But, my lord, his majesty bade me signify to you that he hath laid a great wager on your head, sir. This is the matter.
I beseech you, remember.
Nay, good my lord, for mine ease and good faith. Here is newly come to court Laertes.
I take him to be a soul of great article.
You are not ignorant of what excellence Laertes is at his weapon.
What's his weapon?
Rapier and dagger.
That's two of his weapons, but, well.
The king, sir, hath laid, sir, that in a dozen passes between yourself and him, he shall not exceed you 3 hits. He hath laid on 12 for 9, and it would come to immediate trial if your lordship would vouchsafe the answer.
How if I answer no?
I mean, my lord, the opposition of your person in trial.
Let the foils be brought, the gentleman willing, and the king hold his purpose. I will win for him, and I can. If not, I gain nothing but my shame, and the odd hits.
Shall I redeliver you e'en so?
To this effect, sir, after what flourish your nature will.
I commend my duty to your lordship.
Oh, yours! Yours!
You will lose this wager, my lord.
I do not think so. Since he went to France, I have been in continual practice. I will win at the odds. But thou would not think how ill all's been about my heart. But it is no matter. But I am very sorry, good Horatio, that to Laertes I forgot myself. For by the image of my cause I see the portraiture of his.
Nay, good my lord.
It is but foolery.
If your mind dislike anything, obey it. I will forestall their repair hither, and say you are not fit.
Not a whit. We defy augury. There's a special providence in the fall of a sparrow. If it be now, 'tis not to come. If it be not to come, it will be now. If it be not now, yet it will come. The readiness is all. Since no man has aught what he leaves, what is to leave betimes?
Come, Hamlet, come. Take this hand from me.
I beg your pardon, sir. I have done you wrong, but pardoned as you are a gentleman. I here proclaim what I have done was madness. Sir, and this is claiming from a purpose evil, free me so far in your most generous thoughts that I have shot mine arrow o'er the house and hurt my brother.
I do take your offered love as love, and will not wrong it.
I embrace it freely, and will this brother's wager frankly play. Give us the foils. Come on. Come.
One for me. Cousin Hamlet, know you the wager?
Very well, my lord. Your grace hath laid the odds o'er the weaker side.
Oh, I do not fear it. I have seen you both, but since he's better, I have therefore odds.
This one's too heavy. Let me have another.
This likes me well. These foils have all a length.
Aye, my lord.
If Hamlet give the first or second hit, the king shall drink to Hamlet's better breath, and in the cup, and union shall he throw, richer than that which 4 successive kings in Denmark's crown have worn. Now the king drinks to Hamlet. Come, begin.
Come on, sir.
Come on, sir.
One! No, judgment.
A hit! A very palpable hit!
Well, again.
Stay! Let us drink. Hamlet, this pearl is thine. Here's to thy health. Give him the cup.
I'll play his bout first. Set it by a while. Come. Another hit. What say you?
A touch, I do confess it.
Our son shall win.
Come, Hamlet, take my napkin, rub thy brow. The queen carouses to thy fortune, Hamlet.
Good madam.
Gertrude, do not drink.
I will, my lord. I pray you pardon me.
Madam, I dare not drink yet. By and by.
Come, let me wipe thy face.
My lord, I'll hit him now.
I do not think it.
Although 'tis almost against my conscience.
Come. For the third Laertes, you but dally, I'm afeard you make a wanton of me.
Say you so? Come on, sir.
Nothing! Neither way!
How about you now?
Part them! They are incensed!
Nay, come again!
Look to the queen there!
Oh, they bleed on both sides. How is it, my lord?
How is Laertes?
Whereas would God to mine own spring that I am justly killed with mine own treachery.
How does the queen?
She swoons to see them bleed.
No, no! The drink! The drink! Oh, my dear Hamlet, the drink! The drink! I am poisoned!
Oh, villainy! Let the doors be locked. Treachery, seek it out. It is here, Hamlet. Hamlet, thou art slain. No medicine in the world can do thee good. The treacherous instrument lies there at thy feet, unbaited and envenomed. Oh, here I lie, never to die again. The queen's poisoned. I can no more. The king is to blame. The point, and venom too. And venom to thy work! Name it hurt, friend, help me! Here, thou incestuous, murderous, damned Dane! Drink off this potion! Is thy union here? Follow my mother! Exchange forgiveness with me, noble Hamlet. Mine and my father's death fall not upon you, nor thine upon me. Heaven make thee free of it. I follow thee. I am dead, Horatio. Adieu, mother. I am dead, Horatio. Thou livest. Report me and my cause aright to the unsatisfied.
No, never believe it. I am more antique Roman than a Dane. Here is some liquor left.
As thou art a man, give me the cup. Let go, by heaven, I'll have. God. Horatio. What a wounded name. Things standing thus unknown shall live behind me. If ever thou didst hold me in thy heart, absent thee from felicity a while, and in this harsh world draw thy breath in pain to tell my story. Oh, I die, Horatio. The potent poison quite outgrows my spirit. Heaven receive my soul. The rest is silence.
Oh, proud death. What feast is toward in thine eternal cell that so many princes at a shot so bloodily has struck? And let me, to the yet unknowing world, say how these things came about. So shall you hear of carnal, bloody, and unnatural acts of feats put on by cunning and forced cause, and in this upshot, purposes mistook, fallen on the inventor's reeds. All this can I truly deliver. Let 4 captains bear Hamlet like a soldier to the stage. For he was likely, had he been put on, to have proved most royally. And for his passage, the soldier's music and the rites of war speak loudly for him. Now cracks a noble heart. Good night, sweet prince. Flights of angels sing thee to thy rest.
Welcome back to the stage, Artistic Director Stephanie Coltrane.
Wow, these lights are bright. Thank you all so much for joining us for our first performance here in Rossmoor. We are back here tomorrow night with 12th Night, so I hope you come back for that show. That one's, lighter. Now, you know that Shakespeare by the Sea would not be what it is without the passion, dedication, and commitment of the Shakespeare by the Sea actors. Please give them another round of applause. They sign on with us for 4 weeks of rehearsals and 7 weeks of performances. And in addition to being brilliant artists, they are also our crew. They put all this up and take it down every single night. The actors are going to file off for just about 10 minutes. If you want to come up and say hi, get a photo, get an autograph. Other than that, please tell your friends about the always free
Shakespeare by the Sea!